The next race of the Mount Dark Series Season number 2 heads to Texas for the running of the Ford 200. On the pole is Tim Randolph. 2 is outside JJ Reed in the 35. Then third you have Luke Rainey. 4th is Jonathan Buford. Running at the top 5 you got Michael Canto. 2 is outside in 6th, that's Greg Lee. 7th is Max Anderson, Evan Hunter in 8th. 9th is Alexander Cornish, and Jose Fernandez rounds out the top 10. The notice field goes Carter Friesen and Steve Morgan along with DJ Reed and Jason Larker. Steve Larker and Timothy Heath. They got Cynthia Bright and Alexander Rowe. Jonathan Rains and Claude Luigi, then Ryan Brommer and Danny Bright, Derek Hamill and Colton Yo, John Gammett and Isaac Nichols, and then Oscar Isaac, Laura Delato. She's your points leader coded to this race, and she's starting towards the back of the field. Then Julius Harrison and Trey Rainey, Cortez Newman and Ethan Lynn rounding up the field. 33rd, last is Jake West, last season's champion, so he has a lot of work to get up to the front and try and get some nice points. So on pole with Tim Randolph, let's now go down trackside for the command to start the engines.
Of the 1st Cavalry Division. Gentlemen, start your engines!
All right, everybody, just like what we talked about in the transporter. Nice and easy. It's a long race. Settle in. Be nice and smooth. Go out there and kick some butt tonight. This is your house. Let's prove it to them.
33 cars fire up here at Texas for the Ford 200. It's going to be a nice quick race. Only 21 laps around this 1.5 mile quad oval in Texas. As the field comes off turn for the pace car, it's going to make its left-hand turn to pit road. And we're going to get set Tim Randolph on pole. JJ Reed to his outside in the 35. As they come down the front stretch into the quad oval, they will come. And we are racing at Texas. Tim Randolph with a big shove from Luke Rainey. Rainey will also clear. So those front 2 clear. They get to the race lead. Randolph trying to hold Rainey off as they hit 3 and 4 for the first time here tonight. Now 4. Tim Randolph's going to lead lap number 1. But Luke Rainey hot on his bumper. Then you got the battle for 3rd. Michael Canto's coming down with JJ Reed. So Reed after starting up top 2nd position. He's falling back, but he's trying to get a run off of the corner off turn number 2. The outside lane does work here at Texas off turn number 2 and 4. Unless you get too high, like I believe that was Timothy Heath back there, just nailed the wall coming off turn number 2. If you get too high, you'll get into the wall. Battle for the lead. Luke Rainey gets a quarter panel. He's down there. And he got to that 52's quarter panel, tried to suck him back there. Now they're going to be side by side during turn 1. However, the 52 might have the advantage on the top here. JJ Reed has cleared. He's going to get down the bottom lane. Luke Rainey has more of the drafting up. Here comes Jonathan Buford up top, 3 wide back there. Oh, they're scattering, and around goes the 44. Oscar Isaac. Lord Alano is spun. And then she gets nailed in the rear. Isaac Nichols, Trey Rainey also caught up. Randolph leads us back to the yellow. Luke Rainey trying there, couldn't get done. His cars were hitting the wall, and then it happened towards the back of the pack. Some cars scattered out of line up towards the front. But then Oscar Isaac, one of the first to go around, collects points leader Lord Alano. Let's see what happened. You see right there, the 3 wide and the 04 right there for Alexander Rowe up top. He's going to get the wall just a little bit, come down to Ryan Brommer, goes down to Oscar Isaac, gets Timothy Heath, and that's where Lord Delano spins. Also caught up Trey Rainey with a ton of damage right there. The one of Cortez Newman, and then Delano slides up the track, and then she gets nailed right there by the 3 of Julius Harrison. And right there, she was fine. She actually just went into a spin cycle. She got a little damage right there with the wall, but then Julius Harrison comes in, and that's some heavy damage to the rear end of that 02 car. Isaac Nichols also caught up in the 15. Let's go on board, Delano, as your points leader gets some damage here at Texas. She had done an amazing job before that to save the car and get minimal damage. Jake West, last season's champion, was towards the back. He was able to escape. Wow. So while all that was happening, back to the line first. Tim Randolph got a great run off turn number 4 on the top side. He was able to lead them back to the line. They will stay out in that 52 car. Will lead us back to the green flag. Come and take the restart on lap number 8. And the car's out. Trey Rainey, his bad luck continues this season. He'll finish 33rd in the last place, and Julius Harrison also retires. Isaac Nichols will be locked down, and under that caution flag, Derek Hamill lost a valve, so he will also be out. So we'll have 30 cars, left in the race, and 29 on the lead lap, some with damage, however. Tim Randolph will be out front, Luke Rainey in second, they got JJ Reed in third, Michael Canto fourth, Max Harrison fifth, then Alexander Cornish in sixth, Carl Fries in seventh, Greg Lee eighth, ninth Evan Hunter, 10th Jonathan Beeford. Pace car is in. Tim Randolph has control of the start, as he has two is inside the 15 of Isaac Nichols. Behind him, the two of Luke Rainey. They come down the front area. Green flag back in the air, and look at the restart for Luke Rainey. Of course, Nichols not going to get going, as he has some damage to that 15 car. A lot of cars moving down low behind that 15. Going to help Max Harrison out a lot as the front three get away. Behind them, the top lane might get held up. They might get by. It's going to be close here with the 15. As they come down the back straightaway, 15 moves up. Alexander Cornish going to get bigger into the bottom lane. Front three pull away. Now they're three wide back here trying to find a way to go. Yeah, that's going to be a lot of unhappy people right now, but nothing really Nichols could do there. A lot of people just got in behind the 15. Oh, big crash! John Gambit hits the wall hard, and he's up and over Oscar Isaac, Steve Morgan, Colton Jose Fernandez. Bell for the liaison. Luke Rainey back underneath Randolph, trying to get back to the line first. Rainey clears Randolph, so is JJ Reed. Luke Rainey back to the line first as a huge wreck in the quad oval, trying to get around the lap car of Isaac Nichols, and John Gambit gets on his side and a nasty crash. Let's see what happened. See the closure rate with this lap car. The 94 Steve Larker, and then they got the 6 of Steve Morgan, and nowhere for really anyone to go. And the 94 just taps the 6 a little bit, gets down to John Gambit, gets into Jose Fernandez. Colton Neal and Ryan Brown are nowhere to go. Look at this hit right there for the 69. Oscar Isaac. Laura Delano, I think, was somehow able to escape that with minimal damage. Isaac, Morgan, all these guys involved, and that was a scary crash for John Gambit, who took a hard hit right here. Oh, on his side. Luckily, it never went over, but that's still a nasty spill for that 69. Yeah, Larker took a hard hit as well. Alexander Rowe, I think, was able to escape it through the bottom lane. Let's go back on board with Laura Delano, see what she saw. As I think she was able to escape this with very minimal damage. She never touched a thing. And that's not something you want to see. That 69 was on his side when Delano passed. So Luke Rainey leads us back to the stripe. Everyone will stay out, and it's going to be a restart with under 10 to go. Luke Rainey will be your race leader. The field in turn 3 take the green flag on lap number 14. The car out because of that. John Gambit and Oscar Isaac. We have 27 cars left on the lead lap. Luke Rainey with the race lead. JJ Reed in second. Tim Randolph third. Max Harrison fourth. Carl Fries in fifth. The guy was set to restart in sixth. Set to restart in fifth. Alexander Cornish blows up. A horrible break for Cornish, as he had a win in sight, and then that happened. Or he had a top 5 in sight, and then that happens. Pace car in. Luke Rainey leads the field back to the green flag. 8 laps to go at Texas. Green flag back in the air. JJ Reed with a pretty good restart right there. Carter Friesen making a move underneath Max Harrison. You have to make it early here, because on the restart, that's when the inside is the best. And then after that, the outside kind of becomes a little better, and that's when it's hard to make passes. Battle for the race lead. JJ Reed gets underneath Luke Rainey. Can he hold it in 3 and 4? He did get tight down there. Rainey's going to get a run off the top. It's going to be a drag race to the start-finish line. By a nose, I think Luke Rainey barely led that lap. And this one, the lanes are going to come into play. Rainey trying to get around the outside. JJ Reed, he got a big run off turn number 2 that time by side down the back straightaway, dead even as they hit 3 and 4. Friesen gets down to the bottom lane in third. He's trying to get help to JJ Reed there. Rainey trying to get wound up on the top side. 6 to go. Cynthia Bright has joined the picture in the number 16. Reed with a great run through 1 and 2 that time. He's able to clear Luke Rainey as they come off turn number 2. Here comes Cynthia Bright. Carter Friesen has gotten back down to the bottom lane. Bright with a big run to 3 and 4. Gets underneath JJ Reed. Bell for every position. 5 to go. If the yellow comes out, the race is over. Bright and JJ Reed are side by side for the race leads. They hit 1 and 2. Cynthia with a great run. Reed trying to get a run off the top. Still side by side. Reed got the wall just a little bit. That's going to help Bright try and clear right here in 3 and 4. Luke Ray back down to the bottom lane. This is not over for him. Coming to 4 to go. He still has tons of time. Reed trying to get clear on the top side. Looks like he does. Cynthia Bright with the race lead with now just 4 laps of racing to go. JJ Reed trying to run her down. Luke Ray trying to keep 3rd. Ethan Lynn is coming. And they got Carter Friesen in the 12th car there in the top 5. Bright has pulled away from JJ Reed, coming to 3 to go this time. Looks like a great number 16 car. Can she hold on is the question. Now just 3 laps of racing to go for Cynthia Bright. Trying to win it here at Texas. And get herself up there towards the top of the points list. Battle for 3rd is on Luke Ray's car, kind of falling off here late. And Ethan Lynn trying to get to the bottom lane. Jake West. Who would have thought he would be in the top 5 after starting last? Here he is, up to 5th. That 5 car looks strong. See JJ Reed trying to top lane, trying to get a good run on Cynthia Bright. He has close just a little bit, 2 to go. Last time by, he was about 10th or 100th faster, but it's not going to be enough to catch Cynthia. White flag this time for Cynthia Bright. Code Luigi into the wall behind. He's able to control the car. No caution as they will go through 3 and 4 to the stripe. 1 lap to go around Texas for Cynthia Bright. Battle for 3rd. Luke Rainey and Ethan Lynn are going to be battling on this last lap. And that's going to bring Jake West into this battle. Down the backstretch for the final time. Battle for 3rd is on. Rainey gets into the wall. Into 3 and 4 for Cynthia Bright. Bright gets the lead late. And off turn number 4, the 16 team is going to be celebrating in victory lane as Cynthia Bright brings a victory. She wins at Texas. Cynthia Bright gets it done at Texas Motor Speedway. Wins the 4-200. And holds off JJ Reed, Ethan Lynn behind her. Let's now go check those finishing results. Here are the finishing results from the 4-200 at Texas. There were 2 caution flags for 8 laps and 3 lead changes among 4 different drivers. And Cynthia Bright wins the race. She led the final 5 laps to victory. JJ Reed ends up 2nd. That's where he started, and he is now your new points leader after Laura Delano's struggles. In 3rd, you have Ethan Lynn. Jake West started last. He gets up to 4th. That's a great day for that 5 team. And Carter Friesen rounds out the top 5. Luke Rainey led 7 laps, took the lead towards the middle part of the race. Couldn't hold on at the end. He falls to 6th. Jason Larker ends up 7th. The guy who led the most laps, Tim Randolph, he led 8. He ends up 8th after starting on pole. Jonathan Beaver ends up 9th, and Jonathan Rains rounds up the top 10. So there's your top 20. So JJ Reed with the 2nd place finish moves up to the points lead, but it's not by much. Laura Delano with her struggles, she ends up 21st. A decent day, even after getting that damage. 26 cars finished on the lead lap, 27 finished the race. Alexander Korsh, remember, he was in the top 5 for that restart. It was a piston issue on his car, which took him out of the race. He finishes 28th. Now let's go look at the point standings. Here are the point standings. We are 4th of the way through this season, and JJ Reed only has a 1-point lead over Laura Delano, who has fallen to 2nd, but my oh my, it is close for the points lead. Alexander Rose 31 back in 3rd. Jonathan Rains is 4th, and Jason Larker rounds out the top 5. Then got Carter Friesen in 6th. In 7th, you have Greg Lee. Alexander Korsh in 8th. Isaac Nichols 9th. And Cynthia Bright with that victory moves up to 10th in the points. So there's your top 20. See, it's very close from like about 15th to on back. 15th on back, really close together. And the front 14 within 100 points of each other. So very close championship battle for now. But anything can happen. As we look down 21st to 33rd, see some guys down here. Timothy Heath, Colton Neal, Jake West got a top 5 run, so that'll definitely move him up in the points. He's now up to 23rd. And John Gammett, Cortez Newman down here having some lackluster runs. So, the next race is going to be a wild one. The Aaron's 200 at Talladega. It should be fun. See you guys then.